Hi everybody, and welcome back to Team Dinner. My name is Jack Maloney, and my guest today is Tommy DeVito, DeVito Food Reviews.
What's up, everybody? How we doing? Thanks for having me on, Jack.
Tommy, thanks for joining. And we're eating Tuna Grill from East Cambridge. We'll dole out some food here.
Sweet. I got my chicken already.
We'll
got ahead of the game.
we'll talk shop. So, one question I like to start with is we are call it 3 months into the year. If I asked you best meal of 2025 so far, does something pop into your brain?
Honestly, it might be my meal from this past weekend.
Okay.
I was in Chicago.
Okay.
And was visiting some buddies from college, and we went to this restaurant called The Girl and the Goat.
Yeah.
And so it was like when you Google best food in Chicago, it's the first thing that comes up. But usually I don't try to go to those places. My buddy's like, hey, I know you're in town. Like, I want you to get a good video at this place. I haven't posted it yet, but it's a bib gourmand.
Yeah.
And so everything is like $20 on the menu, and there's probably 15 items in the menu. And it was a big group of us, so we got one of everything.
Yeah.
And the sea bass from there was probably the best bite I've had so far this year.
That's great. You know, so I went to that place probably over 10 years ago. Okay. And I think like to be good and like relevant for that, you know, because I think so many restaurants kind of go like that, right?
And flows, right.
All right, the sea bass from Girl on the Go.
Yes.
All right, what about in the state of Massachusetts? I'm gonna put you back on that. In the Commonwealth.
I didn't ask before. Can I ask them questions over there?
Yeah.
What do you think? You got anything?
I think Reno's was.
Yeah.
It's probably Reno's, yeah.
Reno's.
Where we go? 2 weeks ago? Reno's in East Boston. We went like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I would say the Amatriciana there is probably the best thing I've had so far in the 3 months of 2025.
Yeah.
They're known for the lobster wraps, and they got a bunch of other things. Like they've been around 1985.
Yeah.
And that Amatriciana, they do it like a different way. They put a little cream in it. Must try.
Yeah.
Must try.
Yeah.
Take the wife there for a day. She'll be loud.
No, Reno's comes up a lot.
Yeah.
When people pick their favorite, this, that, or the other thing.
Yeah.
People love it. It's cash only, right? It's people.
You gotta wait outside.
Yeah, no reservations.
Like I think they do like groups of 4 now, but
really?
For the longest time they would just be like, yeah, you gotta wait until the table opens. And they had such a good product that people would line up and do it.
I mean, I love it.
Oh, it's the goal to have for a restaurant.
All right, perfect answer. We got some sauces here too.
You know what that is? I scoop some hummus from this.
One is garlic, one is tahini.
Sounds good to me. I'll eat it.
That's garlic.
You can smell it already. It's powerful.
That is
switch
garlic.
these. You can take some chicken.
All right, cool. So then let's go back to the start and how you started doing this. What kind of you come from kind of your journey to food, right? Because I think some people that I've talked to, it's from their family, right? Their mom cooked all the time and other people are like, no, my family didn't cook at all and it was in college or it was after. And so it's like, I always find people's stories to be interesting and like kind of what, before you ever maybe turn the camera on yourself, how did that start?
I mean, I've always loved food. My dad's Italian, my mom's Irish, so my dad does do the cooking in our house.
It's quite a Boston
stereotypical
story, right?
as it gets, as it gets. And I just started to love food, from a young age. Every Sunday I'd have meatballs, chicken, you name it, and he'd be cooking it. And, once I stopped playing sports after I graduated high school, I was like, what next? The ball stopped bouncing. Like, what can I do? And I was like, I love food. Why don't I just pursue that as a passion? And TikTok kind of had just come out. And it was kind of almost taboo to post TikToks as a guy. It's like, what the heck you doing? You're a TikToker? Like, come on.
Yeah.
And it was freshman year of college. Me and my buddies from high school, I went to Boston Latin, so we went to a game, like one of the basketball games, just to go back and see guys in the team. And we went to Tasty Burger after to grab burgers. And like 3 of my friends were like, yo, just order for us. I'm like, what? And they're like, just order for us. Like, you always know what to order at the restaurants. Like, just get it for us. We'll know we'll like it. Ordered for them. They're like, see, this is the best thing we could have gotten here. Like, you got to do something with this.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what could I do? And they're like, oh, just put it on social media or something. So I was like, all right. So I started writing like blogs and pictures of the food. And they're like, bro, just get in front of the camera. Like, you love to talk.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, why not? And so like I started just getting in front of the camera. He actually filmed my first one. Pat's filmed them all since then. And it was slow at first. Like, I'd get like a couple hundred views, but I was like, this is kind of fun. I love doing it. So whether it gets 5 views, 500 views, 5,000 views, I'll always post them.
Yeah. I love that. So it's been like 5 years.
Yeah. It's been a long time. I'm getting old.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I appreciate that.
No, that's, but you're right though, right? Because I think a lot of people, they start something and they're like, this is fun. And then it doesn't work out in a week and they're like, this sucks. I hate it. Right?
Yeah. You got to just stick with it, I guess. I just care so much. So I keep going.
That's the Tasty Burger. That's like the origin
Kind of where
story.
it started. Yeah, Tasty Burger in Fenway. It was like a gas station shack. They moved to right down the block, but a gas station shack where it's all began.
Wow. And then when did you? So you started basically going into restaurants like right kind of then. From the
pretty
like
much.
Since you started basically being on camera.
Yeah, but I knew like you got to do things to like separate yourself from other creators and like
Yeah.
that. So like I thought behind the scenes would be a good thing.
Yeah.
So I was going into restaurants with like 500 followers. I was like, "Yo, can I film you making my food?" And
Yeah.
they're like, "Who the heck is this kid?" And I'm like, "Can I do it? It'll be a good video for you." And they're like, "All right." And so I started getting more access, and people were like, "Oh, this is catching on," and I got more and more and more, and grown to where I'm at now.
Yeah. So how is that part managing do you call ahead? Do you just show up sometimes? Is it a little bit of everything?
It's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Honestly, Pat, my boy over there, he handles everything, and I kind of just like even with this, like, I'm here, I'm ready to go. Put me in front of the camera.
I love it.
So I got to give a lot of credit to my friends. They definitely are a huge part of this.
That's awesome. It's a little it's a team.
Yeah,
not
it's
even
a team.
little team. It's just a real
It's
team.
not a solo team. It's a big team.
All right, I love it. All right, cool. Well, I'm gonna have a bite of this.
Go for it. Yeah, I'm gonna take it. I've been looking at it the last 10 minutes.
I'll talk for a little bit while you just mouth
Grub.
water.
Yeah, it'll probably be gone in 2 minutes.
All right, so
What you got for me?
whoa, too big of a bite. So actually, I'm gonna take this fork.
Go for it.
I think I left that in there.
Oh, what's that hummus at? I'm gonna snag some more of that. We got a boatload of it, so we'll be fine.
Enough hummus to last a lifetime. All right, so you're starting out. You're building these videos. You're reaching out to restaurants. How has... So you mentioned, Italian Sunday, kind of that traditional, probably more traditional background. How has this led you to find like things you might have ever not known about, right? I think that's kind of the great thing about this, about Boston, there's just pockets of like amazing food that don't get a lot of recognition. And I guess like, has there been any surprises that you were like, wow, like I wouldn't have probably ever known about this had I not started doing this social media stuff.
Sure. Yeah, I definitely wanted to use like the following I've started to grow and build, not only to try new things and force myself out of my comfort zone, but to like face fears. Yeah. And so the first like a big fear of mine is sharks is number one. Like, 2 is heights. I'm like terrified of heights. And we were actually at one of my buddy's houses. This is like 2 summers ago. And he's like, you got to do something different with the videos. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you got to eat somewhere like crazy. Yeah. I'm like, what do you have in mind? He's like, what if you like jumped out of a plane and ate food? And I looked at Pat. I was like, that's not half bad an idea. He's like, but would you really do it? I'm like, watch. And so I called 12 skydiving places right then and there. Skydive Newport's like, let's make it happen. And so I went down, like sponsored it, skydived for free, and ate a food while I was doing it. So it forces me to like get out of and face fears, but also like it forces me to go try new kinds of food. Like a couple weeks ago, I went and tried Cafe Bologna in Dorchester, like Polish food. Yeah. Like me in high school, like I'm busy. I'm not gonna go all the way to Dot and just try some Polish food. You know. But doing these videos and doing it every weekend and being consistent, it forces me to get out of my comfort zone, try something different, try something new. People want to see that.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the furthest, I guess, without getting on an airplane, like what's the furthest you've traveled for one of these restaurants? Like what has sort of pulled you?
I guess New York.
Yeah.
I mean, I've flown to Chicago, South Carolina, but New York we drove down. Yeah. And that Mama's 2 cheesesteak. Yeah. I would drive down right now with you. If you wanted to go eat it again. It's that good. It was that good. But New York, we're gonna go to Maine, we're gonna go to Connecticut, like we're gonna go all over New England eventually. But New York so far.
I love that. I mean, I think that's like, so like I really like Boston. Like I'm from
best place on
Cambridge.
earth.
Yeah. I like love New England though. You know what I mean? It's like I think like I'm really happy here. But like I love the fact that like within 2 hours you can get to all these different places.
100%.
And it's like all kind of different, right? It's the vibe is never the same in any state. Yeah. So I think that's a great idea.
I mean, you can drive through 3 states in 3 hours. Yeah. In Texas, you can drive 3 hours and not leave the state.
Yeah, not leave the city.
Yeah, exactly.
I drove from Houston. I was on the highway driving at full speed in Houston. Yeah. For 45 minutes, and I never left Houston.
No way. Yeah. No traffic, nothing.
No traffic.
Yeah, I like it up here more.
Yeah, it's
nothing wrong with Texas, but
no, it's not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you get up, you go up to Maine, you got seafood up there. I mean, the fresh fish coming off the water is like
lobsters.
The lobster. A big lobster guy? You like no?
Honestly, not really.
No.
It's a bottom feeder.
Yeah.
I mean, people would be like, what? And the lobster rolls? I'm like, I'll eat it if it's given me. I'm not paying $40 for that.
It is expensive.
I'll take crab.
Do you like other seafood more?
Oh, yeah. I like shellfish a lot.
Yeah.
Scallops, shrimp, mussels, clams, all that. I'll eat salmon and haddock, but shellfish is where it's at.
Do you have a favorite seafood restaurant in or around Boston?
Yes, I did have. It closed down 8 months ago, maybe a little bit longer. It was in Somerville.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Out of the Blue.
Yeah.
So my dad's the youngest of 10 boys.
Yeah.
And every year for his mom's birthday when she was alive, he'd like, where do you want to go for dinner? Like Morton's, Capitol Grill, like you name it, we'll take you there. Every year she said Out of the Blue in Davis Square in Somerville. Mm-hmm. To this day, it was probably my all-time favorite restaurant, but no longer with us.
So I know. I used to go there.
You know it?
I grew up outside Porter Square.
Yeah. I'm very familiar with the area.
Yeah.
Then. My dad knew the guy Stevie when they were like 17 and just had always stayed friends since.
Rest in peace.
The GOAT. The GOAT.
That is tough.
Yeah, there's nothing I've found to replace the seafood like that just yet.
Yeah, and it's also, you had a connection to it too, right?
Yeah, but still, that calamari there was better than anything I had in any country in the world.
Wow.
100%.
So we got to find the recipe.
Yeah.
And we got to bring it back.
Go to Stevie's house, find it, and put it in a bottle, Mr. Krabs.
Do you think, what do you think, this is a question I ask people.
Yeah.
We talked about Italian food and seafood, but what type of cuisine do you think is done the best here?
In Boston?
In Boston, Massachusetts, yeah. What are we the best at?
Wow. I don't know if I could say specific like Thai or Vietnamese or something like that. I think there's certain items of food in Boston that are done extremely well and are extremely underrated. Yeah. And I'm going to sound like a fat boy, but it's pizza and donuts.
Yeah.
There's so many donut places around the greater Boston area that are just known to their town that not everybody, in the state really knows about, and they're elite donuts. Yeah. And the same with pizza. Like people are always like, oh, New York for the pizza. And it's like, Greater Boston's got some real sleepers that people just don't shine light on.
I saw you had done a bunch of donut videos recently.
That's packing on right here.
I had written down one of my questions is what is...
Holy moly, you got a lot of flashcards.
Yeah, it's just some,
I love it.
Some things to consider.
Food for thought.
As I prep.
Yeah.
But the one question was, so all these videos you've done, what is your favorite Greater Boston donut?
I would say where we just went a month ago, the donut stand in Hopkinton.
Yeah.
Elite donuts. I couldn't believe it. I go in and it literally looks like you're just in the back of a bakery.
Yeah.
Like they're making donuts, sandwiches, bread, like all these different things. And I was like, if a restaurant's doing that, it kind of sounds like Dunks almost. You got so many different items in the menu. So I was skeptical, and then I tried one of the donuts, and they do like different ones every week. Mm-hmm. Like it's different. Like they had that St. Patty's one with like a sour strip that went over like a rainbow, like creative things. Yeah. And I would say that takes the crown.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
Thanks.
That's a good. I've not been there, so it's like when someone says anything, I file it away in my brain. I'm like,
gotta go and get some focaccia bread too to go.
I'll go. I recently moved to Medford.
Oh, nice.
And there's
this guy's stomping grounds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Neighbors. And there's a place, Donuts with a Difference.
Never been.
Have you? They're good. Yeah.
Why don't you add that to the list? He's the one telling me. All right, there's the next one we're going.
So that is a one it's like close to my house. So like obviously like love the neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's good. They're good. I mean, I wouldn't call myself a donut connoisseur, but like I find them to be like very good.
Is it like Tufts campus or whereabouts?
It's Medford Center.
Medford Center.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like right down in sort of the center.
All right. Looks like I'm taking a ride this weekend.
Yeah. They're good. They're good. I'm trying to think. That's probably. I used to live in Union Square. Okay. I saw you did
Union Square Donuts. Yeah.
They're
the Dubai chocolate ones.
They're a little rich for me. They're like a lot.
It's a lot
going on.
It's a lot.
Take a nap after.
I slept for a few hours after those eclair things.
All right, and then I guess similarly, because you mentioned it, do you have a favorite pizza spot?
Stella's in Watertown.
Yeah.
No hesitation.
Yeah.
If we're counting Greater Boston, Stella's in Watertown. That is. It's thin, it's sweet, and it's just so simple. Like they don't. There's not much to it. It's just the way they do it. It's well done. I'm gonna do a video on there again. Like I've done videos there before. I'm going back because it's that good.
Yeah, that's a great answer. What do you get there? What's your pizza order? Just a
large cheese, well done, or half roni, half cheese, well done.
Yeah.
Of course, a large. You think I'm getting a small?
I grew up in Cambridge, so I used to when I was at my parents' house, I would go over there sometimes because it was a lot closer. It is good. I go to. Have you ever been to the Square Deli
I have not.
in Everett?
Everett,
It's
okay.
good. It's now my favorite kind of local spot.
It's like Italian deli or just like a butcher?
It's like an Italian. They started with sandwiches and then they more recently introduced pizza.
Nice.
It's really good.
All right.
It's right now.
Putting me onto the spots.
Nah. It's like, it's funny because I grew up in Cambridge and I lived in Somerville for a while. I left for a long time. Then I lived in Somerville for 4 years and then we just moved to Medford. And so, Cambridge and Somerville have a lot of Cambridge, Somerville, and Boston have a lot of options, right? There's just the food. I couldn't hit every spot I wanted to in those areas.
Yeah. And
then it's like you move over the Mystic, you're in Medford. All of a sudden now there's Medford, there's Malden, there's Everett. You can easily get up to like Revere and Lynn, and it's like. Then I'm like, shit. Well, now the list is getting that much
bigger
longer,
and
right?
bigger. You're right.
And so I'm constantly just. It's like sometimes I give myself a hard time if I go to the same place twice.
Because you're like, I want to find something new.
Yeah, I know. It's just like sick.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
I know how it is. Like on the weekends, I'm like, got to do a new place. And I'm like, well, that place I went to a few weeks ago was really good. But it's like, got to do the next one.
I know. It's tough.
It's a double-edged sword, as they say.
It's tough. It's like a sickness.
Yeah, exactly. Gluttony.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's one of the 7 deadly sins. So, all right. So that. Sorry, I lost.
No, you're good. You're good. It happens. We got all these lights going, and I'm surprised it hasn't happened to me yet.
There's just you're giving me all these things. My mind is
racing.
Yeah, just.
I like to think I do that with people in conversation.
There's all this food I want to talk about. All right. So, how many videos a week are you trying to do? Is it 1 a week, 2 a week? Like, what is kind of the cadence? Because I see some people that eat out like 5 or 6 times a week.
I'm not big balling like that just yet.
Well, money, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Money and not like I don't know how they don't weigh 700 pounds.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
So I think you got to the money is a whole other thing. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's definitely dents the pockets.
Yeah. So what have you found is the right kind of model for you or whatever?
Yeah.
whatever
So I
that
try
word
and
is.
do like 3 to 4 videos a week.
Oh, wow.
So like on Saturday, and I'll go to 2 places. Sunday, I'll go to 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Depending on how I'm feeling in the morning.
Yeah.
So I try to do that on the weekends, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'll try to post. I'll edit when I get home from work, edit, and then post it at night. And I'll try and do that Monday to Thursday. Yeah. Because like on the weekends, people aren't really on their phones or out doing their own thing. I've noticed that's kind of the best engagement time is the weeknights.
I found that as well.
Yeah.
I just post things on Saturday and
nobody watches. Yeah, because everyone's out doing their thing.
Which is good.
It's a good thing.
I would feel bad if
people were on their phones on Saturday afternoons.
Right? Yeah.
100% agree with you on that.
I would say sometimes like on football season.
Yeah.
Sundays
I
would see like a spike right on Sunday because
people are sitting on the couch
like looking at DraftKings. Like go.
What do I want to take for Uber Eats? Yeah. And just scroll through the videos.
Yeah. So that's good though. 3 or 4 a week.
Yeah, it's a lot, but hopefully the gut doesn't suffer too much.
Yeah, and you are. I noticed too. You are also into like fitness and working out. And that's kind of a part of what you're doing, right?
Huge part of my life. Yeah.
You want to talk? Well, how do you incorporate that? Are those just 2 separate worlds that exist?
Kind of, yeah. It's almost like Peter Parker and Spider-Man. During the week, I'm just lifting all week and then eating out like crazy on the weekends.
Yeah.
But fitness is huge because if I didn't, work out, I was fat when I was in high school. So I know it can happen quickly. So I got to stay on top of it during the week.
Good for you. It is as I also try and not be an asshole during the week.
Yeah.
Eat, some protein and some veggies and try and limit it to that whenever possible. Yeah. And on the weekends, I let the rules go out the window, right?
100%.
But there are a lot of days during the week where I'm like, you were an asshole last weekend. Yeah. You got to pay the piper.
Yeah. I know how you're feeling. You're preaching to the choir.
But I think that's okay, right? I think that's the right because a
balance.
lot of people don't do that.
Yeah.
And so you do have to kind of punish yourself a little bit.
Yeah. That's not long lasting if you're not enjoying it. You got to enjoy your life. It's moderation and balance.
Yeah.
That's why I got this guy being a diva. He's having you order me chicken and rice.
No, that's a good manager.
He's a great manager. I'm saying I'm the diva.
No. I get it.
I'm glad you weren't like, what the heck? This is the food kid.
No, well, we did one yesterday and I had fried chicken and I got home and I was like, oh, I feel like shit.
Yeah, coma time. Yeah.
Fried chicken, mac and cheese, and candied yams.
Yeah, I usually save Sundays for those meals so I can just knock after.
Do you have any you know, with this one post for a couple of weeks, but do you have anything you're coming? So I don't want to blow up your spot, but like
No.
anything you're excited about? Any restaurants that you are on the list that you're like really eager to get to?
I won't reveal all of them, but
Yeah.
I will say the number one at the top of my list. Usually I try to do cheap eats and, you know, affordable things for, you know, kids my age. But there's this new, I don't know how new it is, but there's this Italian restaurant in Jamaica Plain, neighborhood next to me called Tonino. And it's supposed to be like unbelievable. Like best restaurant period in the city, people are saying. So I gotta get there and see what that's all about, because to say best restaurant in the city and it's an Italian place 10 minutes from me and I haven't been, I gotta see what the hype's about.
I haven't even heard of it.
People like I was talking to my parents and like, you know, they've lived in Boston their whole life. They're like, no, I don't, like, doesn't sound familiar. And then people I see on social media are like, this is the best meal I've had in my life. So I got to see what that's about. Yeah.
All right.
So that video will hopefully come in the next month or so.
Adding it to the list.
Yeah. And yours.
Yeah. I gotta make. It's like, I will say Jamaica Plain is like, that side of Boston is a little like, I gotta plan like a day around it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. When you're in those neighborhoods.
Yeah, because I go. My wife gets her hair done in Quincy, and she's not from here. And so like the first couple of times she would book a hair appointment at like rush hour.
Oh.
And I was
Good
like,
luck.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
She's like, no, this was the only time. I didn't want to wait till next week.
There's
I
a
was like,
reason it
I was
was.
like, you should wait weeks to not have to deal with that.
Yeah.
And then she'd be like sitting on 93 South, like somewhere in Dorchester, being like, what is this? This is the worst place I've ever been in my time.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
So what if we got things going on, you know, in like, you know, Dorchester, Roxbury, Jamaica Plain, West Roxbury, any of that kind of area? That's like
It's a day
full,
trip.
A full day.
Yeah. It's like a 35-minute ride for me to get here, so I know how it is.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll get home faster.
I'll take the J-Way. I'll be 20 minutes.
Cool. All right. Well, I'm going to ask you a couple questions.
Let's do it.
That's okay.
Let's do it.
And actually, you just alluded to one of these things.
Okay.
Because that's the thing I like about your videos a lot.
Thanks.
Is the bang for your buck.
Yes.
So I guess from doing those, if I gave you $20 and said, go get the best meal possible, do you have a spot that comes to mind? Because I know you've done quite a few of these now.
Am I in Boston?
Yeah.
And can I go to multiple places?
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah. Is it going to stay under $20?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Give me the best assortment you can get for $20.
Should I go for like whole day $20? Like, and try to make it last a whole day?
Yeah.
All right, bet.
We make up the rules here. So.
All right, I like that. I like that. For breakfast, I'll probably start for the lunch and breakfast in the North End. I'd say I'd go to Sunny Girl, grab a breakfast sandwich there. That's pretty expensive, actually. That's $8 right there.
Okay.
Then I'd go to Umberto's for lunch. Slice Sicilian, it's like $2.
Yep.
There's $10 right there. So now I got $10 for dinner. What can I do for $10 at dinner?
Dinner's gonna get you.
Dinner's gonna pinch me in the butt.
More pizza.
I might get more pizza. I gotta get those two for the lunch and breakfast.
Yeah.
$10 for dinner in Boston. You gotta be stumped.
Or you could go out. It could be you could get on the subway. You could go somewhere else.
That's a lot of carbs, so I gotta get something protein dense. Honestly, I'd probably come back to my neighborhood after a long day of food there. My neighborhood, Los Amigos, West Roxbury burrito joint. I'd probably grab fish tacos, which is like $3 a piece. Grab 3 of those, $9. And then I'm done.
Under.
Yeah,
it's a great
$20
answer.
for the whole day.
$20 for the whole day.
Done deal.
I love that. That is.
I would have prepared longer, but that's a pretty good answer off the top of the dome.
No, that's a great answer. Oh, you can't prepare.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's cheating.
Knock you off your out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
All right. You kind of already. I think I know the answer to this one, but I'm gonna ask it because I think we already talked about this. But if you had friends visiting one night only, and you wanted to take them to like the best spot that from a food vibe, everything perspective. So one night only, where are you taking them?
They already know the answer to this. I don't want to blow up the spot because, I mean, it's popular, but it's not over the top popular, like viral. I'm going to do a video on them when I grow my following, but Limoncello in the North End.
Yeah.
My dad has been friends with the guy Maurizio, and they were 16 years old.
Yeah.
And he actually opened it. It was 26 years ago.
Yeah.
Went to the old corner store in the North End, lottery ticket, $1 million.
Jesus.
And opened Limoncello. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so they've been around ever since, and I love the Rosette there. That's like almost a electric meal, like dinner. I'm sorry, electric chair meal.
Yeah.
That's
that last night on Earth.
Yeah.
That's what you're eating.
Yeah, and the vibe there is drinking wine there.
Yeah.
I know all the people there. Like, it's the
awesome.
best.
That's awesome. We had, Polly's sandwiches.
Yeah.
We had Paul
Yeah,
Barker
yeah.
on here, and I asked him kind of his I put him on the spot, and he wouldn't answer one, but limoncello was like high on his list of places in the North.
They're very like unified, where they're like, no, everything's good. You know, they don't want to show their favorites and things like that.
Yeah.
His nephew Stefano, I did a video with him at Polly's there. Great family, great people.
Yeah.
And great food.
Yeah, their sandwiches there are really good.
Awesome. It's kind of underrated. I feel like not a lot of people. Everyone's like Monica's and all the other places, which are good.
Yeah.
Polly's is a sleeper.
I agree. He's got that chicken cutlet. It's called the Politician. It's like prosciutto. I can't even remember. Prosciutto, chicken cutlet.
Balsamic glaze.
Balsamic. Yeah.
Peppers.
Yeah, peppers, mozzarella. It's fantastic.
Fantastic. And you're full after.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. It's a meal for a day.
Yeah. Take a nap. Well, that's actually a great. My next question was, because this is a passion of mine.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite sandwich in all of Greater Boston?
Damn, you put me on the spot.
I can answer mine because I love Italian sandwiches.
Okay.
I think this is like a very common answer, but I think like a New Deal fruit Italian with hot peppers and everything on it. I think it's great.
That's yours.
I think I'm like, because everyone knows them. They're very, very popular. I am like waiting to dethrone them, but it's really, really, really good.
Yeah, no, it's solid.
It's really, really good. I do like that. You know, I also like it because it's not so heavy. It doesn't knock me on my ass. So
yeah, you can have a day after it.
Yeah, exactly. So that is, again, it's a very common answer, but I do believe it is my favorite sandwich.
Okay. There's a place in Cape Cod. I know it doesn't count. Joya. It's mortadella, stracciatella, pistachio, and focaccia. Mm-hmm. I had to shout them. It is life-changing sandwich. In Boston, I would go Sam LaGrassa's Chipotle Pastrami. Yep. And then in Wellesley, there's this place called Tutto. Their Italian sub is the GOAT.
All right.
The GOAT.
So I'm going to Wellesley.
You got to go to Wellesley. Tell them I sent you.
I will. Tutto's in Wellesley.
Yeah. Tutto means everything in Italian.
I have one of my best friends lives in Wellesley, so
there's a day trip right there.
I'm gonna surprise him.
There you go.
That is a great answer. Have you been to Anthony's in Stoneham?
No. People have commented on my videos that I gotta go to this place. Yeah.
So I went there for the first time this weekend. It is good. It is fucking enormous.
Really?
The sandwich. The amount of meat they put on and it's like $15. It is
It's a Tommy size sandwich.
It is
a big.
Yeah, it's good. There's a bunch of kind of like, I would say, men in their 50s or 60s making the sandwiches. It's very old school. It's good. It's usually good. Really, really good.
Yeah.
It is a very good sandwich. I think with a good value and like you could easily eat half for lunch and half for dinner.
Okay. That's my next spot I'm going.
And it looks like I don't want to like override it, but like you walk in, you're like, oh, this is awesome.
Time
I
machine.
just walk back into like 1965.
I love those aesthetics.
All right, this is, I'm enjoying this conversation.
I am too. I'm glad to be here.
Because we are going over all my. Oh yeah, by the way, half of these are blank.
Okay, all right, bet. That was like my study guide in college.
All right, so this is the last kind of question like this.
All right,
and this is a hard one. And I want to apologize in advance. So this is, like, have you ever seen like a blind ranking?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I love this. I've always wanted to do one of these.
So we're gonna do a blind ranking.
Okay.
And there's 6 items. Okay. And it's kind of types of cuisine, and you're ranking them how well they're done in Massachusetts. Okay. So if you think bagels are the best, and I say bagels, that goes to 1, right? But you don't know what's coming next.
Okay.
All right.
I'm trying to get a glimpse of it.
Hidden under the plate.
Just hiding behind the lamb.
All right. So, again, 6 items.
I'm going to get hate for this no matter what I answer.
Oh, that's you get, because you never know.
All right,
and you
let's
put something that you love at the bottom, and everyone's like, this guy sucks.
Yeah, exactly. We all hate.
All right. 6 types of cuisine ranked blindly and how they're done in Massachusetts. 1, Vietnamese.
3.
Number 2 is Mexican food.
2.
All right, so we have 2 and 3.
Yep.
Number 3 is Italian food.
1.
All right.
I filled up the top of the scoreboard already.
So now you're only in the bad half now. All right, so we did Italian, Mexican, Vietnamese. Mm-hmm. Number 4 is seafood.
There's gonna be something else that I could put it for. I'm gonna put it at 5.
All right, seafood at 5.
I'm not a big clam chowder guy. That's my big thing.
Hey, this is subjective,
Okay.
right? This is
all right,
you.
it's fair. No
You're
wrong
not,
answers.
Yeah,
Whoever's watching this.
You're not ranking for everybody.
Okay.
I know people take this very personally.
I love that. I love when they get all riled up.
Very personally. All right, the next one is Portuguese food.
I mean, I love it. Is Oliva? No, it's Brazilian. Portuguese. I'll go 6.
All right. So then
And we
that
get a 4.
leaves 4 is I put beef, regional beef.
I
So-
actually like this list.
yeah.
Beef at 4. I
So
like
beef,
this
that
list.
includes steak tips and like a 3-way. I thought that was
Yeah,
kind of like
I'll
a
put that at
combo.
4. I
All
like
right.
that.
So Italian,
Yep.
Mexican,
Yep.
Vietnamese, regional beef,
Seafood?
seafood,
Portuguese.
Portuguese.
Am I right or am I wrong, people? I mean, how could you complain with that list?
That's a well done list.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
All right, so that was kind of my
That was awesome.
my
I've
action
never done
fire.
that. That's awesome.
Cool. So then I guess, what I'd like to just kind of talk about, you talked a little bit about kind of what you're doing, where you're going, how you're trying to expand. I'd love to just talk a little bit more about like, it's been 5 years and what are, what can we expect in the next 5 years? What's kind of exciting you? Do you feel yourself kind of going in any directions? I know you've been traveling more. I know there's like, so I had someone on here recently who mentioned that traveling they thought was interesting because it just opened up like 1,000 other possibilities and more opportunities. So I guess what as you look forward, I guess to the rest of this year and beyond, where's your attention going? What's making you excited and like what's what can we expect?
I think the exciting thing about what the future holds is I have no idea.
Yeah.
Like I feel like this isn't an industry that was around in the 1960s or 70s, so I don't have a mentor to be like, oh, like this is the steps to how to get to where you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't know what the future holds, and I want to use this to catapult to whatever I can be in my life. Maybe I'm doing it full time one day. Like that's the goal, obviously. But it's already done so much for me already in my life. Like I've met so many different new people. Like I've traveled and gone to new places. Like it's opened doors for us that all my friends they come along to all these things that we never thought we'd ever see in our lives. That's awesome. Just keep doing that and being appreciative of everything along the way.
I love that. That's a great answer, and I think it is the fact that your boys are here now and like you guys are doing this together. That's awesome, right? Because you could be on your own, right? And you could just be kind of adrift, and doesn't make it as fun, right? Because like ultimately the people are the only thing that matter, right?
In life, it's not where you go; it's who you travel with.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I think to take a thing that could be kind of lonely, but doing it with people you love there's nothing better than that. Right?
Gives us a weekend.
That's right. You get to hang out every weekend.
Exactly, and weeknight sometimes.
Yeah. I love that. All right, cool. I mean, Tommy, I think that kind of covers what we were hoping to cover here.
Awesome.
Anything else? Anything any wisdom we want to impart on anyone? It's totally
wisdom. You want me to give wisdom to the
or
crowd?
I guess food-related wisdom.
Food-related wisdom.
Anything burning a hole, and if not, it's I always like to kind of
I would say don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying all these places, and I'm forcing myself to because I'm doing these videos, but like I'm giving you honest feedback on the things I'm eating. Like if you see something that's like that makes you raise an eyebrow, go try it because it could be the best thing you ever have, and if you don't try it, you'll never know.
I love it. Awesome.
Thanks,
all
man.
Right, Tommy. Come back anytime.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate having you here.
I'm so happy to be here. This was awesome.
And we'll update. I got to update my list for all the recommendations.
Perfect. I'll update mine.
All right. Thanks, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. We go handshake.
Yeah.
Perfect. Nice.